Thank you for coming back to Polka Dot Mailbox, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how I make these shaker embellishments, or they could even be a Christmas ornament. It all started with this die. It came as part of this set from Beebeecraft. It's one of the Globelin dies, and you'll see that there's lots of pieces here that I actually didn't use. The main thing that I used was this lantern here itself. So I'm going to show you how I created this in sort of real time. This is the die. I cut out dies with this foam sheet of paper. It's sticky on the back. It's from Michael's. I buy a whole pack of it, and it comes in multiple colors. And you can see here the different colors that I've cut it out in previously. It creates a one-side sticky lantern as it is. And then I've also pre-cut a paper die that you can use your choice of sides, and I'm going to use this wooden side. And I'm going to show you how I do this. I take a piece of vellum. Let's see if this is big enough here. And I'm going to stick it to the side of this here that's already got the adhesive built in. So there's like this. I normally wouldn't cut it so close. I don't know why I picked such a small piece to do. And in fact, it's not even quite covering it. Although you're not going to have any charms or anything in that top part. Although you could put some. So here's what I do is I just go around now and fussy cut the outside of the lantern to remove the edges of the vellum. Okay, so I'm going to come in and I am going to glue I'm going to use something here. Let's do this part. So I'm going to glue with this is like an art glitter glue. But I actually refill this just with a white craft glue and show you. This is the brand. This is the PVA craft glue I get from Amazon. And I used to have a tip on here, which was very nice because it always did a fine line. Well, unfortunately, that got clogged up and it's made it harder to use. But basically I just actually go in and rub this with my finger, and I do it on a surface that I don't care if it has glue on it, that'll just dry. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna glue this in place over top so it hides all of the unpleasant edges. Okay, so I would take more care to line things up well, but I'm just trying to be quick for the video. And like this on the inside here. There we go. It's kind of, I've stretched it now. Interesting. Okay. Just trying to get that to line up. So that's the first part of the shaker. And then what I do is I need to create the backing. So I'm going to back this on a white piece of cardstock. This one was backed with vellum, and I wanted to try this both ways. Now, to get the outline for this perfectly, you can go around and trace with pencil, so you know exactly the shape to cut, or you can glue it on and then fussy cut it. But this time, let's try the pencil method. We're just going for that exterior shape. Go there. And then we're going to cut it out so that you don't see any of the pencil line. So I'm just going to line this up and see how well that's going to fit together. So the next step then is to take your sequin mix, and this is a really good mix of sequins that I was given by Angela, Love Pink Dragonflies. It just happens to match this collection like almost perfectly. And because there's areas of this die that are on the side that are closed off from the main center part, I do have to make sure to go ahead and go in with smaller bits on this part that will fit. The nice thing about this is that it makes it so that the sequins stay up top there. So when you decorate down below, even though a lot of the sequins may get hidden as they fall, you still get to see the sequins fairly well. Now this I have to take out because this one is a bead and it is not going to allow my paper to lie flat. I could actually double things up and go over top of it with this here, and then it would add like a thicker layer. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. So I did this on some of them. I made a thicker layer on some of the dies, and it just allows a little bit more room for the sequins to shake. So we'll do it like that. Got the sequins already in there, and then I'm just gonna go and I'm going to glue the edges here. So I gotta make sure that there are no sequins touching where the glue is going to be placed. Those will all shake out after, but just want to make sure, kind of keep them away from the edges where possible. And then go ahead and add my glue. And this is going to seal all of those shakers in there. So you don't even really need to glue this part necessarily, because it doesn't really do much to separate it. Just sealing the outside would be fine, so you can decide whether or not to do that. You have to be careful when you're squeezing the bottle, air comes out and you will like knock some of these sequins out because they're so light. The air will sort of blow them out. So that's a little tip to be aware of. Okay, so let's just slide this on top. Now, this won't be absolutely perfect, but I am going to go and cover it again with another outside layer. I'm not going to show you this step right at the moment because what I want to do is let that dry before I move this. If I start moving this around before it's dry, some of the glue could come in contact with the sequins and then they would get stuck. So I'm just going to put that on there, and I can feel like this edge is over a little bit, and I can always go in and trim that up. So I'm just going to put that there to dry, and then I'm going to show you how I've embellished some of the other ones here. So again, I did vellum on both front and back, and it's really very pretty. You can see what the shaker looks like really well here, and here it is with the embellishments on it. And it still has a lot of movement, and this was just a single layer one. I've gone in and I've done some embellishments there. Yeah, so this is really very cute, and I've used both the Feeling Frosty and Twinkle All the Way from Rosie's studio. I really like this collection with all these fun little subtle gray, beige, pink creatures. So there's the two that I have done there. And I've gone in and I have made this one. Now you can see this one has a single back, and I didn't put another one over top of it. I just left that as the back. But this I'm going to actually glue on with my glue gun so that it stays. What I've done is I've left these edges that had the paper on them with the paper because I wanted that part not to be sticky because it overhangs. So I am just going to glue this part down, and it also gives me a good guide. I can see exactly where that glue needs to be placed to directly line up with my lantern. So this one. I've got these cute puffy stickers with some of those little brads on there. Another puffy sticker. I've done a little bow. These are chipboard stickers, and that is all from the Feeling Frosty collection. And then the last one that I've done is this snow burr. I've got some enamel dots, this cute little raccoon, and I just cut one of these out of the patterned paper. I put these two puffy stickers on there, and that is also backed with a single paper instead of a vellum, but this one has the double wide foam sheets. So this one has like a little bit more movement for the sequins and stuff to roll around, but I tried it this way first and I realized it didn't really matter that much, that I could go ahead and leave it with just the single one. I didn't really need to be doubling them up. So that's that one. And so this one is just ready for me to embellish. So you just take some simple things. And if you do have places like this that are overlapping, you could say, okay, well, you know what, let's kind of hide that with our embellishments. Put it on that side so it doesn't make it stand out as much. And you can already see this one starting to come together there. So I went ahead and quickly decorated this one off camera. This time I used specifically the Rosie's Studio embellishments and things. Actually, I think I might put that guy up there. And so what I've done here, actually, maybe I like that better there. I will probably glue this on with a glue gun. Make sure it sticks better. There we go. It's glued on better there. Okay, so what I wanted to show you now that this is decorated is the final step is to go ahead and punch with your crocodile the hole through all of the layers so that you have a spot to put a ribbon through. So that's what that looks like there. So there is the finished lantern. So that is how those look. So yeah, if you're interested in these dies from Beebeecraft, there'll be a link down below, as well as a coupon code for $5 off. If you're interested in shopping with them, they have lots of great things. I have bought many other things from their website as well, and I have videos on those also. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.